The storm desk. Read the storm. Book the roofs. Your representative is standing in a driveway. The roof is sold in his head, but the phone in his hand is doing 3 jobs at once, and 2 of them can sink the company. He stores photos in his own camera roll. He texts a number that said stop. He promises an approved claim. By the end of this, you'll know the 5 phone tools that make a representative faster without making him a liability, and the 1 rule that sorts the good tools from the bad. The fast tool isn't the slickest screen, it's the one that makes the right move the easy move. Start with the frame, because it sorts every tool below it. Roofing sales breaks at 5 predictable points. The lead source gets lost. The inspection photos scatter. The follow-up never happens. The rep overpromises. The closed job never reaches production cleanly. Each tool fixes one of those leaks. You don't need all 5 on day 1. You need the one that matches where your business is bleeding money. Pick the worst leak first. The app matters less than the workflow you wire it into. Tool 1 is a mobile CRM, a contact system your representative actually uses in the driveway. For roofing, it has to show more than a name and number. It has to show where the lead came from and what permission you have to contact them. The Federal Trade Commission has warned for years that lead generation raises consumer protection issues when personal data is used without clear handling. So put lead source and a consent note near the top of the record. If marking someone do not text takes 20 fields of scrolling, it won't happen. Here's why the consent field matters more now. The strict 1-to-1 consent rule, a separate form for each seller, was vacated in January 2025, so that one never took effect. The part that did take effect is the one roofers keep ignoring. As of April 11, 2025, a homeowner can revoke consent in any reasonable manner, and you have to honor it within 10 business days. The old 30-day cushion is gone. Stop, quit, cancel, or just telling your representative at the door to lose the number all count. Tool 2 is a photo app that keeps roof pictures off personal phones. Roofers shoot everything: attic stains, lifted shingles, granule loss, bruised mats, flashing. Done right, that camera roll is your evidence file. Done wrong, it's a liability scattered across a dozen personal devices. The trap is that phones store more than roofs. A wide shot catches a license plate. An attic photo catches stored belongings. The fix: photos land in the job file, tagged to the address and scoped so a representative who quits walks away with nothing. Shoot the same sequence on every roof, because a consistent set is the one an estimator and an insurer can actually read. Street view first, for address context. Then each slope, wide, labeled by direction. Then the close-ups: bruising, granule loss, lifted shingles, crease tabs. Then every penetration: the flashing, the gutters, and the attic. Label as you shoot. A photo with no label is half useless 3 weeks later when production opens the file. That sequence also protects the representative if a homeowner later says he missed something. Here's the documentation line, and it is not subtle. Photos support a homeowner's claim. They do not let your company run it. In June 2024, the Texas Supreme Court decided the Stonewater roofing case. It held an unlicensed contractor can't act as a public adjuster by calling itself an insurance specialist. So photograph and label conditions. Write an honest estimate. The insurer decides coverage. What your representative must never say is that you'll get the claim approved, fight the carrier, or maximize the payout. Those phrases can be the exact conduct that crosses the line. Tool 3 is a call and text workspace, and it needs the strictest guardrails because it sits on top of telemarketing law. Click to call, save templates, confirmations, reminders. All useful, all riding on consent and opt-out rules. So build the opt-out into the tool, not the training manual. A homeowner can opt out any reasonable way, and your system has to catch all of them, not just stop in a text thread. The flag has to stick across channels so nobody dials a number that just texted stop. Suppress only one channel, and you've built a violation generator. Recording is its own minefield, and roofers cross state lines all the time. Under federal law, recording is allowed if one party consents. But a dozen states plus Washington, D.C. require all parties to consent, including California, Florida, Illinois, and Pennsylvania. On an interstate call, the stricter law generally controls. So don't make your representative guess. One rule fixes it: announce recording and get a yes on every recorded call. Build that disclosure into the dialer so it isn't optional. Here's where RoofPredict fits and where it doesn't. It sits one step before the phone stack, at targeting. It tells you which roofs are likely due, house by house, by pairing an estimated roof age range with storm physics modeled per individual home, instead of flagging everything in a hit zip. Fed into your CRM as context, it gives a canvasser a real per home reason before he knocks. What it does not do It doesn't dial, text, or hold consent. It doesn't inspect, diagnose damage, certify roof life, or decide a claim. The roof age figure is a planning range, not an exact date. The phone tools still do the work. Tool 4 is a mobile presentation and estimate tool, and the best ones do 2 jobs at once. They make every representative consistent, and they make it hard to overpromise. Measurement platforms pull aerial measurements so a representative isn't guessing at squares on a ladder. Speed is the easy win. Accuracy of the claims is the hard one. A slide can show documented conditions, measurements, and a roof age range. It cannot promise the claim will be approved or that you'll handle it. Cite the actual impact rating instead of implying a roof is hail-proof. Tool 5 is the review-and-handoff system, what happens after the appointment. This is where momentum dies. The rep nailed the pitch, then the file sits in a phone with no owner. Reviews are also where roofers get caught. A final rule banning fake and deceptive reviews took effect October 21, 2024, with penalties up to $51,000 per knowing violation. The tactic roofers don't realize is now a problem is review gating, asking only the customers you expect to be happy. Ask every completed customer, with nothing offered for a positive one. Make the handoff a template, not a hope. Every closed appointment hands production a complete picture. What the homeowner asked for, what the representative committed to and what he did not, the roof type and age range, and what's still unconfirmed. Then the 2 fields that matter most, next action and the named owner of that next action. A closed appointment with no follow-up owner is a lost job. When this is filled out, production starts strong and nobody repromises something the representative already ruled out. Now roll it out without losing the crew. The fastest way to create chaos is to switch on every feature in week 1. Campaign texts, recording, voicemail drops, review requests, all at once. That outpaces your training and your controls, and reps respond by ignoring what they don't understand. So stage it. Turn on the single workflow that fixes your biggest leak. Train the team on exactly that. Audit a sample, then add the next. And buy for the driveway, not the demo. Have your worst with tech representative test it before you sign anything. Close the loop. 5 phone tools, 5 leaks. A CRM that captures source and consent. A photo app that keeps pictures off personal phones. A workspace with 1-tap opt-out across channels. A presentation tool that keeps the pitch honest. A handoff system that names the next owner. The fast tool is the one that makes the compliant move the easy move. Document what you see and write an estimate. The insurer decides coverage. The homeowner owns the claim. Buy the tool that fixes your worst leak first. Then add the next.